Hello, it's a pleasure to have you here. A viral video circulating across social media is generating intense debates ahead of Nigeria's 2027 general election. The video features social media commentator Very Dark Man expressing concern over alleged vote buying, voter manipulation, and what he described as a growing culture of political dependency among ordinary citizens. Meanwhile, the controversy began after videos surfaced online allegedly showing individuals celebrating after receiving money from politicians or political agents. In one of the clips, supporters were seen chanting political slangs and openly displaying cash allegedly received during political activities. Let's look at some of the videos.
I say make I show you now how then they buy vote for my state. See, our electoral system, there is no electoral system. These are slave masters. These are military in Agbada, wearing Agbada. Look at them, sharing money, giving out money, buying votes. There is no election in Ekiti today, definitely. I hope the Chief Justice of Nigeria, I hope you are watching this. Where is the EFCC? I've been alerting them what will happen today. The EFCC have not made any arrest up till now. Police are hating them.
St. John Primary School.
Country, you are left by yourself.
As you can see how they are sharing the money when you vote finish.
Gone.
This is the system.
At this junction,
collect
it is
the tank,
gone.
and they'll now.
Your future has been traded.
APC for life. 15 pa, 1 vote. 15 pa, say they want me. APC for what? For life.
Welcome back. Reacting to the footage, Very Dark Man questioned why citizens continue to accept financial endorsements from politicians, despite the numerous economic hardship affecting communities across the country.
That these elites, these politicians, they don't mean them well. These politicians steal money and take their family to the United States, to the UK. They send their children abroad to go and school. They don't think about you any day, any time. They don't think about your security. They don't think about your well-being. They don't think about bringing the price of food down. They don't think about regulating rentage. They don't think about supplying you electricity. They don't think about anything. The only time they know that you exist and they can directly affect your life is during election, when they can say, okay, take. And because you don't pity yourself, you will collect the money. And because you don't pity yourself ×2, or you don't pity yourself Pro Max, you will not just collect the money and shut up. You will collect the money, post it online, and show that you have collected the money and you are happy.
According to him, many politicians only remember ordinary citizens during election periods, offering small amounts of money in exchange for support while failing to address critical issues such as healthcare, education, electricity, unemployment, insecurity, and the rising cost of living. He argued that while citizens often complain about poor governance, some still participate in a system where votes are exchanged for short-term financial benefits. The social commentator suggested that the long-term consequences of poor leadership far outweigh whatever temporary relief voters may receive from political handouts. He questioned whether a few thousand naira notes could compensate for inadequate healthcare facilities, poor roads, unemployment, insecurity, and the struggles many families face daily.
What can 20,000 naira do for you? This girl now, where we say she posts this thing, if something happens to your mother inside the house or your father, and they need emergency response, there's no ambulance on ground to come and carry your father or your mother. Or let's say there's one neighbor that decides to help. How much is transportation to go to the hospital? Let's say they decide to do it for free. You go to the hospital and you buy a card. When you buy a card, you go pay for bed. When you pay for bed, you will start to live. Primary health care don't even function.
However, the most controversial aspect of this comment centered on another allegation that has begun attracting attention online.
Uncle Isaac Fayose posted something on his page where some people were seen sharing voters' card to people that don't have voters' card. Bro, I cannot even comprehend. You see that particular one? To comprehend them, still they do me somehow. And the craziest part is that is supposed to be at the top of the media. Now that one's supposed to even top chart, considering the election is coming.
According to him, the development raises serious questions that deserve public scrutiny, particularly as Nigeria moves closer to another election cycle. He argued that if voter cards are being handled improperly or distributed outside official procedures, authorities must provide clear explanation to maintain public confidence in the electoral process. The claims have generated mixed reactions across social media. Some Nigerians agree that electoral integrity should remain a top national priority and believe all allegations relating to voter registration, voter cards, and election procedures deserve immediate investigation. Others have cautioned against jumping to conclusion, arguing that viral videos do not always provide complete context and that allegations should be verified before being accepted as facts. Nevertheless, the discussion has reignited broader concerns about the credibility of future elections and the importance of protecting democratic institutions. Political analysts note that public trust is one of the most valuable assets to any democracy. When citizens begin questioning electoral processes, confidence in democratic outcome can be weakened. This is why many observers are calling for transparency, voter education, and stronger public communication from relevant authorities whenever election-related concerns arise. The issue of vote buying has also returned to the spotlight. For many years, election observers have warned that financial endorsement remains one of the greatest threats to free and fair elections in many developing democracies. Critics argue that when votes are treated as commodities, governance suffers because elected officials become accountable to political interests rather than to citizens. Supporters of electoral reforms insist that voters must recognize long-term value of their votes and resist attempts to exchange them for short-term benefits. The debate has also highlighted growing frustrations among many Nigerians who believe economic hardship has made citizens more vulnerable to political manipulation. With inflation, unemployment, and rising living costs affecting millions of households, some analysts argue that economic vulnerability can create conditions where vote buying becomes easier. Others maintain that regardless of economic conditions, citizens must remain vigilant and protect the integrity of the electoral process. As discussion continues online, many Nigerians are calling for greater civic awareness, stronger electoral safeguards, and more active participation in protecting democratic institutions. For now, the allegations and concerns raised in the viral video remain part of a larger national conversation about accountability, governance, and the future of Nigeria's democracy. As the 2027 elections draw closer, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Nigerians are paying closer attention than ever before to the processes that determine the country's future leadership. Whether this concerns ultimately leads to reforms, investigations, or greater public engagement remain to be seen. But the conversation itself reflects a growing demand for transparency, accountability, and a credible election. What do you think? Should authorities investigate all elections-related allegations immediately, or should the public wait to verify evidence before drawing conclusions? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this report, please like, share, and subscribe so you never miss our latest political analysis and breaking news from Nigeria and across Africa. I am Chimezirim Okoro. Thanks for watching.